everyone, in this video it's just a quick one to say just a little bit of tips. If you're shooting inside a property, and inside properties you've usually got lots of mixed lighting. So we've got these which are kind of energy saving lights which are very warm, and then you've got the sunlight coming in from outside which can be changeable in its colour temperature from cloudy to bright sunshine to shade. So you've got to figure out about that. But the main tip here is straight away, don't use any automatic settings. And that even means any preset settings. For example, white balance, always go manual on that. Check the histogram on the back of your camera and always make it a little bit warmer than a perfect histogram. That is if you want it to be a warm, cosy, inviting house. Don't use it in aperture control, program mode, shutter speed. It should always be in manual, white balance in manual, and ISO in manual as well. You've got to have full control over the consistency of your images. And if you're doing video, you can't play around with the raw files and change the white balance afterwards. Also, if you're using video, the video files, their dynamic range are a lot more kind of clipped. There's less dynamic range in a video file in comparison to a raw photo file. And one of the first things that we say to do just now is, here's a perfect example. Just now I've got the camera on auto. I'm shooting this to show how naff automatic settings are. The cameras are usually pretty good at figuring out roughly for a photo, but for a video, you've really got to take control. But what I'll show you just now, I'll take the camera off and I'll show you how much it struggles when you change the lighting. So if we go from this room into the hallway, so automatic ISO changing, so it's getting a little bit brighter, looking pretty darn orange here. In here, this is a mega orange room. Let's see how long it takes for the camera to roughly change the white balance. The white balance here would have to be around about 2,900 because it's just that light. So it's pretty much struggling there. And then coming in here, looks fine, but then look, it's getting dark, especially if you go and you see the window. Now everything around the corners are all dark. The kind of brightness I would want it is much more around about there, but I'd also want it a little bit warmer. Just now it looks very cold. In fact, I'll show you the white balance I would choose. This would be the white balance I would choose. I've upped the ISO up to 400. It's at f3.5, shooting at 30th of a second. I might probably want it a little bit brighter still, just so we've got some more details in the darker areas, because we're not too interested about the background or out the windows. But this is at white balance 4,400. Let's see if I just increase the ISO a little bit more, 500. Maybe 650 is getting a little bit too bright, but that's actually probably the most appealing look I would want. But then again, if you then move into a different room, again another bathroom here, as you can see, it's very, very orange again. So I'd want to change the white balance, I'll change it here. So here I brought the white balance down to 3,100, and it looks a lot more kind of how I would imagine I would want to actually see it. I've also taken the ISO up to 1000 ISO, same aperture, same shutter speed, but that is much more appealing than an auto. I'll show you the auto again. So this is what full auto is giving me here. Okay, it's giving me a warm look, but it's not a pleasing look, and it's just far too dark as well. So that's my quick little tip. Just put you back. So there you go, it's just a quick tip is shoot manual, learn your white balances for certain rooms, for certain brightnesses, for certain lighting. If you've got mixed lighting, you've really got to figure out which is best. You know, does it matter, are they going to see these lights? Does it matter if these are orange and the outside is white? Or is it better to have these looking white and the outside looking blue? You don't really want the outside looking blue. So normally, that's usually so bright, it doesn't really matter. You've also got to think about the white balance of outside. If it's bright sunshine, then you're looking at around about 5,000 ISO. If you're on a shaded side of a building, if it's bright sunshine outside, then you're looking at white balance around about 5,500 Kelvin. But if you're on the shaded side of a building, even if it's a bright sunshiny day, the light that will be reflecting back in maybe around about 7,000 Kelvin. So you've got to figure out what looks best, and that's where having live view and a histogram really helps. And obviously have it nudging so that it's a little bit more red than it is blue, because you always want a house to look warm and inviting rather than cold and sinister. And finally, if you want to see how this property video turns out, I'll put the link down below in the information box, or wherever it is down there. Have a click on that and you'll be able to see the full edited video of this one. There you go.